Welcome to Updweller, where we help you make smarter decisions for your home. I'm Kim, and today we're talking about a review of Honey Homes. So, I've had a long list of things sitting on my to-do list around the house, and it was kind of taking a lot longer for me to actually get them done than I want to admit. A return vent that had been like that since I moved in 6 years ago wasn't quite sitting flush with the wall. I had to have caulking of my bathroom redone, my bathroom sink, and I had a bunch of settling wall cracks that needed to be filled. I did them first and then they kind of reappeared. So that's the list that I brought to Honey Homes. And here's my honest take of how 2 visits have gone so far. So first, what they do is they have a representative come out to your house to do a walkthrough. And he walked through and kind of assessed all the things that I needed to have done and showed me how to set appointments in the app and went over the membership options. He also talked to me about other options available that Honey Homes could take care of that weren't on my list that I hadn't honestly even thought about. So one example is I was kind of complaining that my dishwasher hadn't really been cleaning my dishes really well. And when I moved in 6 years ago, I got a new dishwasher. And he had explained that that's kind of what they do after maybe my list is done. They can clean out my dishwasher, they can clean out my washing machine, the dryer vent. They had all kinds of things that they could do that honestly I never really thought of. And I wouldn't be able to do them on my own. So we went through that list. He helped me set everything up in the app and he helped me schedule my next appointment. The one tip that I want to give you is my next appointment was really further out than I had wanted. I was going out of town. I needed some things done before I left. So he showed me there is a question box in the app that you can ask if there are sooner appointments available, which really helped because there happened to be another appointment available for my first actual handyman visit. And that visit came about a week later. So my handyman came out. We kind of walked around, did the same kind of thing, but didn't take as long because he had everything there in the app of what I was asking to have done. So what he took care of first, after we walked through everything, he went into my bathroom and removed all the caulking around my sink and actually redid that. And I had had my bathroom done about 1.5 years ago, and it was already kind of starting to, the caulking was separating from the granite. A lot of water had gotten in that area, so he was able to kind of scrape all of that off and then re-caulk the sink. So that was super helpful because, again, I wasn't going to be able to do that on my own, and I really wasn't going to try to find a handyman that really in my area is not super reliable and takes a lot of work that I just didn't have time for. And that was a job that was too big for my contractor. So he took care of that. Then he looked over my vent that I wanted replaced. As I mentioned, I had that kind of return vent that was never flush with the wall. He looked at that and he took some samples actually of my drywall. He removed a little bit of just a small square, maybe less than 1/2 inch or 1/2 inch. And he removed that from my drywall so he could take that and match the paint properly. I had mentioned to the man that had come out first to do the assessment that the paint company that I had bought my paint from is now out of business and I can never really match it. And he's like, oh, no problem. We can get that done. We'll take a sample from your wall and we can match it to a T, which is great because I'd gone to some big retailers with what I thought was a paint match, and I had all these different patches around my house. They're not super noticeable, but they're noticeable to me. So he was able to take some of my drywall and get that paint matched. So we're going to do that in another visit. So I was able to schedule my next appointment out, the second visit, and I had the same handyman come out. So that's a really big part of this review that I really want to stress. You have consistency in who comes out and does the work at your house. You're not having to re-explain yourself multiple times to a new handyman each time. He remembered, oh, today we're going to work on the vent. He'd also, in that first visit, which I didn't mention, he measured the vent so I could order it on my own. And I had gotten 2 different vent options. So when he came out, he looked, he was able to pick which vent was better. And then I'm returning that second vent that I'm not using. Another thing to point out is I decided to buy that vent myself, but you don't have to do that. The Honey Homes handyman can actually buy all the supplies for you, and they just add up the cost in your app, which is really helpful because maybe you don't have time to go to a bunch of different stores and buy these parts for your place, or you don't know the exact size of screws that you need. It's really helpful to have someone else be able to do that for you. The vent was easy for me, so I just picked it up on my own. So for that second visit, like I mentioned, he installed the vent. He had to cut part of the baseboard at the bottom to make the vent fit flush against the wall, which wasn't really a big deal. He had the tools to be able to do that, and he showed me where next time he was going to go in and add the paint and clean up the paint and some of the drywall repair around that area, which needed to be done anyways from when I moved in. So I thought that was really helpful. So also for that second visit, after the vent was done, since he needed to do the drywall repair and he was going to have to get the paint, he hadn't gotten it yet, he was able to clean out my dishwasher. So he explained how he was going to clean out the dishwasher. They weren't using any sort of harsh chemicals. Obviously, those are my dishes that we eat on. He was using a mixture of like vinegar and water and something else, and he explained it to me, and he took out the dishwasher trays and put those nicely like on my range and was able to clean out the dishwasher. And again, something I wasn't going to be able to do, and I've already noticed after running my dishwasher several times since then how much cleaner my dishes are turning or coming out, because that was a big complaint kind of internally. I'd asked the first representative that gave me the walkthrough how we got on the topic about the dishwasher. Was I'd asked him, like, how long do dishwashers usually last? Because I really didn't want to have to buy a new dishwasher. That was taken care of, super easy. So at the end of the second visit, he helped me schedule my third visit in the app. And for that third visit, he's going to do all the painting and the drywall repair around that vent, clean up the baseboard paint, and also work on my settling cracks throughout my house and the drywall repair. I had repaired those myself like when I first moved in, but they have since cracked again, so he's going to take care of that for me. Okay, so I have been really, really happy with Honey Homes, and I'm going to give you my honest take, and then we're going to talk about who this membership is for and who it is not for. So first, I've been really happy. I thought everything has turned out really nicely. I really like my handyman. We talked a lot about like other projects that I could do around my house. He gave me some suggestions. I really find it helpful to have that consistent person there, and I'm starting to build this relationship with him. He knows what's going to come up for the next job, and then also some things that I could potentially add in the future. This is a really great idea for someone like me. I have 2 kids, they're teens, we're really busy. I don't have the time to do this. I don't really have the time or energy also to try to source a reliable handyman in my area. And I like the idea of just one person coming in and kind of tackling things on my list. In this last visit, they were able to do 2 things on my list. So that I find really helpful, and it's been a seamless process so far. I also think that this membership is really great for, let's say you were giving a gift to newlyweds that were moving into a new place, maybe a little bit of an older house. That could be really good for them. Or if you are caring for a senior or an elderly parent that needs some repair works and some things done around their house. This is something that could be really helpful because it could be a risk. Obviously, you don't want an elderly person getting up on a ladder, doing any sort of painting or anything like that. So anyone, for all those 3 things that I mentioned, a single, busy mom like me who doesn't have the time or energy to try to find someone to do it, newlyweds, someone just moving into a new house, this would be really great for, or some elderly or aging parents. Okay, now we're going to turn on the other side, who the membership is not for. Anyone that has moved into a newly built home. You don't have a long list of things that need to be done. This membership is probably not for you. Also, if you are doing really big jobs, a big remodel, any sort of things that you would need a permit for, electrical, plumbing work, anything like that, this membership is not for you. Now, they can come in and help you do any sort of prep work if you are doing a remodel or finishing work, but to actually do any sort of large structural type jobs, they would not be the right choice for you. But it could be a good idea to have someone like this on standby if you did move into a new home and you needed, any sort of help like putting together furniture, hanging shelves, things like that, some bigger jobs. in your house that you wouldn't really want to tackle, they may be able to help you with that. Okay, so if you have things on your list that are kind of more annoying and you see that list pile up, they're not urgent and not those big jobs, Honey Homes is definitely for you. Here at Updweller, we want to make your house feel more like a home. So if you enjoyed this video and you enjoyed this type of content, make sure you subscribe. Please leave a question or a comment below. I can come back and answer them at any time. Thanks so much for watching.